All right, we are working on the gradient now. We're finding gradients. Now, I did mention in the last video that that line that we did in the third one was going the other way. The reason it was going the other way was because it had a negative gradient. We had y equals minus x minus 2. And that minus in front of it tells us that we had a negative gradient. Okay. So the gradient is the slope of the line. We've talked about that, I am sure. Now, if it's got a positive one, the one to remember, we always walk from left to right. But if you've got a little person there, he has to walk uphill. So it's a positive gradient. Whereas on this one here, they've got to walk downhill. So it's a negative gradient. Okay. Um, with this particular question, though, we are just finding the gradient. Now, I want you to remember gradient is rise over run, which is the equivalent of change in y over change in x. So how much we went up compared to how much we went across. So we're given 2 points. We're going to plot those points. We will join a line, or we'll probably, I'll join a line just so you can see what's going on. We're going to make a triangle out of it and make our lives easier. So the first point is 1, 1. So we go across to 1 and up to 1. And the next one is 3, 4. So we go across to 3 and up to 4. So there's our line. Now I'll just join that with a blue one at the moment. Okay. Oh, that's a terrible one. Really needed to go to the 2 points. There we go. Now, if I do that, I can then have a look, and I want to work out for my gradient. I want to work out, and by the way, gradient, we use m. ym, I don't know. It's got lots of curves. It looks like it's got lots of gradients. I don't know. Anyway, so the gradient is the rise over the run. So let's have a look at how much it's risen compared to how much it's run. So we started at this point and we went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our rise in this particular spot is 6. Is it? Hopefully someone there has gone, hang on, no, it's not. No, it's not. This is where when I was talking about grid paper, you can go double spacing if you really want to. So let's have a look at this again. We're starting there, but that is 1, that is 2, that is 3. Okay, so our rise in this particular case is 3, and our run from there across is 1, 1, 2. So our rise is 3, our run is 2, so our gradient is 3 over 2. Okay, now that is our gradient. It is a positive gradient, we know, because it's going up. There is another way you can do it. Like I've said, change in y and change in x. You could always take these and go, okay, let's have a look. Well, we went from 1 to 4, so we ended at 4 and we started at 1. So what's our change there? Our change is 3. And with the other one, we ended at 3 and we started at 1. So what's our change there? And we can still do it that way. So change in y, and sometimes we would rewrite that as going y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is just where did we end up from where did we start. So there's multiple different ways to do it, but you can always just draw yourself a triangle like that. It's a right angle triangle, and work out what the lengths of those sides are. We're done.